Yo, what the business is, YouTube? It's Clarence over here at Pursuit of Freedom. Finna bring to you my last two trades in one video. Try to at least. All right, so the first one I got up here is this NCTY. I bought in on March the 20th, held that for 5 days. Uh, so the 20th, it had gapped up just a tad bit. I'm trying to get back to that time frame. You're looking at 15-minute candles. Uh, so I'm in between the block 9:30 to 9:45. It pushed up and came down in that 15 minutes. Cracked beneath the VWAP in the next 15 minutes, and it was lights out for it. And that's about all she wrote. Oh man, like I ended up missing this gap up. That night I was knocked out. Well, that morning I was knocked out. I woke up 10 something that morning. Let's go back. Then let's go to the 25th. Switch this back out. And it gapped up, but look at the dump it took. First thing in the morning. I woke up this morning here, same type scenario. Woke up and seen that this thing had gapped up. And I got out. I got out somewhere near the lows, like at 2:30. The bottom out at 2:08, but I got out at like 2:30, right where I got this red line at 2:33. I got out at 2:30 with a $151 loss, 225 shares. So got in at 293, looking for a push above 3, maybe a retest of the high day. Ended up getting something like that, but was knocked out, or I would have got out somewhere in this big fall. But look at how fast it just bled off, though, too. Shoot, probably couldn't even have gotten out. But when I had woke up and seen it, I just like, oh, let me just get out of this trade before the bleeding gets worse. It bounced after that for a little bit, and looks like it's gonna come back down towards these lows. Uh, in my recent trade, was in JMU, ended up, collecting pretty much what I lost back. Uh, got in JMU on March the 28th. A few days later, 3 days later, got that settlement period. Yeah. 3 days later. And this is first Green Day play. These can be strong plays. And I go ahead on and zoom in on that. These can be strong plays. Just looking based off the daily chart. And I even executed a trade this morning at JMU for 600. The account growing at 156, just over 156, trying to push towards 160. I ended up taking a loss on a trade that I got in. It was supposedly I was gonna try to hold it for a little while, but it ended up pulling back too strong. I don't want to take an even bigger loss than $105. So I got in this one on the 28th. I'm trying to go to a 5-minute chart. Yeah, so look at the 28th. 28th, for a quick second, you had some strong action. And then, man, look at what happened. It got beneath my volume weighted average price in yellow. It punched up above it, trying to grind above it for a little bit, cracked beneath it, and it was lights out. Lights out for it. It did end up climbing above for a brief little bit. And then it closed at the end of the day, right around it, right around the VWAP. Oh, Lord. But uh this thing ended up gapping up for me today. Yee. Ended up gapping up for me today. I bought in this bad boy right at 196 where I got this green line at. Uh on this big spike. But right after I got in, it ended up pulling back for a little bit. So I kind of chilled out, hung around in it. Damn it. Because the trend just began to go sideways and consolidate. But looking at my daily chart, you know, I know that, these candles at the bottom of a 4-day sell off, you get a big green candle engulfs at least 3 of the previous days price action. At close, above 3 during their 4 days worth of price action. That's a reversal candle, and the trend has reversed since then. So I just stayed in it, hung around in it for a little bit. Didn't think the break was going to be this strong because I could have stayed in it a little longer. If I would have waited a little while, I could have got out there 270. I ended up getting out at 246, and I'm fine with that. Could have got absolutely everything back that I lost in that trade, but I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Been yapping for 6 minutes. I'm finna. It's 10:58. Got up about 10 o'clock this morning. Lately, when I've been getting sleep, I just go to sleep. I ain't been trying to hang out all night. Uh, but yeah, woke up, turned on the computer. This thing had done gapped up. I was just riding it up anyway. I see that we getting day by day, kind of trying to close higher, close higher. I hung through some red days, but I know that's a part of this thing too. Being patient sometimes can really pay off. Held it for a few days from the 28th, sold it on the 5th this morning at 246, uh, and I'm happy with the gain. Happy with the gain. It's been just back and forth. The market, the Dow's up only $33 right now. It's just is that's weakness. Um, One thing with my other gauge, I come over here and I look to see how many stocks I got up. Just 1%. Just 1% of the market is up. The best of the day is up about 15%. I got about uh, 11 total stocks up 20% or better. So 1% of this little cut, this little slice of the market that I done cut out to keep my eye on 2,000 plus stocks. This 22 stocks represents about 1% and only about half of that. So half of 1% is up 20% right now. So I mean that's weakness on the day. That's not a day that you're gonna find good things to trade. Another way I gauge that too is by looking at what's in the top. So you got this here stock gapped up, massive gap up, slightly pushing higher since the open. Open at 1062, up over $1, up over $1. And then you get this gap and this thing is taking the crap. But when you just get things that are, not over $1, 48 cents here, and it's building, there's money right there. It's darn sure some money right there. Uh, Easy to size up. It's pulling back. It's sitting right on top of the 9 EMA. The 13 is down at about 46. The VWAP is at 42. Any of those areas could be potential bounce areas for this downtrend. 3 green candles followed by 3 red candles so far. Don't know exactly what it's gonna do. It's in the top up over 123%. It's SGYP looking at this is his daily chart. I mean, look at his daily chart. That is something you wouldn't even want to play with. Like when you got garbage in the top, a lot of garbage in the top, no real solid stocks to trade because I wouldn't even play with. I wouldn't get in nothing like this here. Well, uh, uh, I like that spike though. This thing was up over 40 something percent higher than where it's at now. Shoot. So this thing was up about 80% on the day. You got JMU. The trend is still higher. I mean, it may go sideways. It may just come back down from there. I don't know. But it still could be trying to push towards this here all-time high, which I got to put a mark on now. I got the market now. May take a week or two. It may go down. I don't know what it's going to do. But the trend was going down for some time. Downward trend for 23 straight days. Since then, upward trend for 8 days so far. And I've been yapping for 11 minutes. 2 trades, back and forth. Give it away, get it back. Still growing this account, trying to run from 100 to 200,000. Man, if I had 100,000 this year, I'd be up $56,000 out of my money. Mine. So, but sure, if you can turn 100 into 200, you can turn 20 into 40. Should be able to turn 10 into 20, and maybe turn 5 into 10. But if you got about 5, if you can turn 100,000 into 2, it's gonna be difficult to downsize. But I think 5,000 gives you several trades. You probably can get two $2,000 trades and a $1,000 plus trade, like a $1,500 trade in. You can spread that out a little bit. Get 3 decent chunky size trades, because if you're trading with $1,500, 10 cents on depending on. But yeah, this typical trade right here from 196 up to 240 something, almost 53 cents in gains. On a stock where you got about 800-900 shares, that's going places. You know what I mean? 800 times 53. 53 cents. $424. So heck yeah, I cash in on 424. With like 800 shares, $1,500. Being that this is a $2 stock, so we can try to just cut that in half, 750 shares, something like that. But still, it'd be close to full. It'd be $300 trade. I eat that up all day, and then come back and trade another day. So you can just keep piling them up. But I've been yapping for too long. Give you some thought process and analysis. Last 2 trades, JMU and NCTY, a loss in the game. This is for sort of friendly. Sometimes it's just gonna be ups and downs.